All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sergeant SBovee. I'll be giving informative speech on the history of software piracy. When we think about software piracy, we think a lot of the internet and the ways that it's done now. However, software piracy started a long time ago, in 1981, with the shipment of the first PC with a floppy drive. Floppy drives came with 8.5 and 3.5-inch floppies that allowed you to take a piece of software from one computer, save it on the disk, and move it to another computer, which was considered the first form of piracy. This also allowed the companies to ship new software, so there was a beneficial reason for it. The second, this didn't allow any DRM. There was no digital rights management at all during this time, which means there was no way for them to lock their software so that you could not make copies of it. You could copy anything as long as you had bought it. This became a very lucrative business once CDs and DVDs were invented. These were introduced in 1991, and this gave the ability to add more files to one disk. This actually allowed them to copy complete operating systems such as Microsoft Windows. Windows 98, for example, was pirated. The complete box, the disks, and all the files with it were pirated. This led to Microsoft having to create a genuine program to validate their software. A couple things that I've noticed in my experience in the military in Iraq, piracy is very large. They copy CDs and movies. In 2003, they were copying those and selling brand new CDs, brand new movies for about $5–10 a piece. In 2005, they were copying not only movies and CDs, but also computer software and computer games for the Xbox video gaming system. Brand new games would run maybe $10 or $15 a piece, and it'd be the exact copy of the game that you would buy from the store. As you can see, the issues that arose from this practice were still small scale because you actually had to physically be in that place at that point in time to get the actual disk from a person. You couldn't just download it yet. Now, in 1995, when the internet was commercialized, you could then go into internet relay chat and different message boards to go in and download files themselves. Instead of actually having to have a disk, you could now just download the file from the message board. Now we're getting to the stage of piracy where it's at now. We're using file sharing websites such as Mega Upload, which was created in 2005 by Kim.com. This site alone had 50 million users a day at its peak. It was the 13th most visited site on the internet, and it was shut down on 19 January 2012 because of software piracy. They got busted for copyright infringement. They are now people are using BitTorrent technology, which allows you to use a search engine to find the file that you're looking for. Say you wanted to find a movie, Fast and Furious 6. You type it into the search engine, find the file, download it, and download a small torrent file to your computer. Use a torrent client, such as uTorrent or BitTorrent, to download the actual program from other people. This method was also created in 2001, and it's slowly been growing in size since then. This allows piracy to not only affect video game companies and software companies such as Microsoft, but this also this is starting to impact the actual workers for those companies. They're not going to make as much money as they were if they were making the money. In closing, I'd like to leave you with two things to think about. Not all torrents are illegal. Some indie gamers, for example, use torrents and file free downloads as a means to get their product noticed. And also, in the United States, the maximum criminal penalty for software piracy or copyright infringement, as it's referred to, is a fine up to $250,000 and 5 years in jail. I'd like to thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.